On July 9th, President Trump met with 5 African presidents during a lunch meeting at the White House. During that luncheon, the 5 presidents from Senegal, Gabon, Liberia, Mauritania, and Guinea-Bissau expressed their most heartfelt interest in partnering with President Trump and his administration to bring to their countries prosperity, investment, and peace. Listen to what they had to say, and also take a listen to how President Trump responded for each of these 5 African presidents.
Well, thank you very much, everybody, for being with us today, and I want to thank you, all of these great leaders, for joining us as we welcome to the White House the presidents and prime ministers and various other forms of dignitary to this wonderful place. Is nothing like the White House to me. We're represented today, and your continent is represented by Gabon, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, Mauritania, and Senegal, all very vibrant places with very valuable land, great minerals, great oil deposits, and wonderful people. Last month, the U.S.-Africa Business Summit had recorded an attendance record, actually, and generated $2.5 billion in new economic deals for the United States. On June 27th, the foreign ministers of the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Rwanda visited the White House to sign a historic peace agreement that we worked out. They've been fighting for 30 years. 7 million are dead, and they think the number is actually quite a bit higher than that. It's been a long and vicious fight, and I just wanted to say that the countries represented were very happy that we were able to solve that problem. I think over the next couple of weeks, the leaders of both countries will come to sign the final agreement. As you know, we had foreign ministers last week, but we're going to be signing an end to the horrible 30-year war. It's been going on for a long time. I've been reading about it, hearing about it, and it was a vicious war. It was a terrible war. I want to thank our outstanding senior advisor for Africa, Masad Boulos, for helping to mediate this breakthrough. He was very much involved in that settlement. Most people thought it couldn't be done, but there's still much more to be done, and we're going to be facilitating peace also in places like Sudan, where they have a lot of problems. Libya and others, we have there's a lot of anger on your continent, and we've been able to solve a lot of it. My administration is committed to strengthening our friendships in Africa through economic development efforts that benefit both the United States and our partners. And we're shifting from AID to trade. We had AID, or aid as we sometimes call it, right to trade. And trade seems to be a foundation that I've been able to settle a lot of these disputes, like as an example, India and Pakistan. Kosovo, Serbia. I said, you guys are going to fight, we're not going to trade. And we seem to be quite successful in doing that. To that end, we have closed the USAID group to eliminate waste, fraud, and abuse, which was tremendous waste, fraud, and abuse. And we're working tirelessly to forge new economic opportunities involving both the United States and many African nations. There's great economic potential in Africa, like few other places in many ways. In the long run, this will be far more effective and sustainable and beneficial than anything else that we can be doing together. I'm eager to work with each of you on your vital issues and also to discuss security. We've encouraged our staff at the White House to work along with these nations. There's such tremendous wealth there and potential there. We encourage the countries here today to make greater investments in defense, hopefully, of course, buying our equipment, because we do make the best defense equipment. I guess we proved that about 2 weeks ago in Iran, but we make the best equipment, best military equipment anywhere in the world by far. There's nobody close. And keep pursuing the fight against terrorism, which is a big problem in Africa. Immigration will also be on the I hope we can bring down the high rates of people overstaying visas and also make progress on the safe third country agreements. And once again, I want to thank you all for being here, and it's an honor for me. Some of you I've met, and some of you I just got to meet, and I think it would be nice if you said a few words to the press, which is right back here. Do we have a camera over here? It'd be nice if you could, oh, there it is. You could speak to the, you don't want to turn your head. I do it a lot. It's not pleasant, but perhaps we could start. Thank you very much. Great gentleman, by the way.
Merci pour m'avoir donné la parole, Monsieur le Président.
Thank you for giving me the floor, Mr. President. First of all, I would like to thank you, Mr. President Trump, for inviting us to come here today.
I'm President
Ghazouani, President of the Islamic Republic of Mauritania.
Donc, je vous remercie, Monsieur le Président, pour m'avoir
Thank you, Mr. President,
adressé cette
for
invitation.
this invitation
Et l'avoir aussi adressé à mes collègues ici présents.
and the invitation you sent to the other colleagues
C'est
present
un
here
message très
today.
fort de votre
This is a
part.
very strong message
nous le recevons bien,
from you,
votre
and
message.
we are receiving this
Le
message
message que nous recevons de
very
vous,
well.
c'est
This
l'intérêt
is
que vous portez à
a
nos pays
message
respectifs.
of interest
Et que vous
that
portez
you're
aussi
sending
à
to
travers
us,
nous
and it's
à
a
l'Afrique en tant que
message that you're sending to the whole of
Tout
Africa.
cela, c'est généreux de votre
All
part.
of this is generous on your
Nous le
part.
recevons.
We
Et
are
nous l'acceptons.
receiving this, and we accept this message from you.
Pour en ce qui, je voudrais aussi, avant de venir à la présentation de mon pays,
Before I talk about my country,
dire tout l'intérêt que nous portons
I would like to
à
let you
l'engagement
know
du
that
président
we
Trump
are
en faveur de la paix à travers le monde.
delighted to see President
Le président-
Trump's commitment to our
Vous êtes,
continent. Mr. President,
Au cours de cette petite période qui ne dépasse pas quelques
in the
mois,
short time you've been
à
back
chaque
in
fois-
office, the last few months,
vous venez au secours de la paix.
you came
Vous l'avez
to the
fait
rescue for
en Asie,
peace. You did it in
le Pakistan
Asia
et l'Inde.
with
Quand
Pakistan and India.
Cette guerre avait commencé et si elle avait continué, on
The
peut
war sort of
imaginer
started, and if it had gone
vraiment les
on,
conséquences
the consequences
désastreuses
could have
qu'elle aurait
been
entraînées.
a real disaster.
Vous avez, depuis le début, vous êtes sur un
Since the
travail
beginning,
énorme en ce qui concerne
You've been doing a
cette
great
guerre
deal of work
au niveau de l'Europe, c'est-à-dire
on the
Ukraine,
war
ce
in Europe,
conflit.
that is the conflict
Russie.
between Russia and Ukraine.
Vous n'avez pas tardé
You
à venir rapidement aussi
rushed
en Afrique
to Africa
pour résoudre un problème
to
très vieux,
resolve
où
a
il y a eu
long-standing problem.
beaucoup d'efforts qui ont été
Lots of
consentis
efforts had been made
par beaucoup de chefs d'État.
by many heads of states,
Mais il est arrivé
but
qu'avec votre volonté,
your
vous avez
will
fait signer
made it
des
possible
accords.
for
Et
this
maintenant,
agreement
nous
to be
avons
signed.
ce conflit
And now
derrière nous.
this conflict is behind
Vous êtes en
us.
train de travailler
You are
avec
currently working
beaucoup d'enthousiasme,
with a great
et
deal of
avec
enthusiasm,
beaucoup d'intérêt et de force sur le Moyen-Orient.
and you're also
Et là
working
aussi,
on
c'est
the
un
Middle
autre
East.
problème.
You're paying a great
Nous
deal of
savons
attention
tous
to the
depuis
Middle
quand
East.
il est vieux de
We
combien
all
d'années.
know how far back this conflict
C'est
goes.
un conflit qui est vieux
It is a conflict
d'à peu près 80 ans,
that is about
Plus
80
quand
years
même.
old,
de 70 ans.
70
Mais c'est
years,
aussi une guerre
but it is also a
depuis
war
maintenant une année.
that has been raging
Et
for
elle a coûté la
a
vie,
year and a
et
half.
vous l'avez dit vous-même.
And you've
a
also
coûté la
talked
vie
about
à
the human
énormément
toll.
de personnes.
Many people have died in this conflict.
Donc, tout cela, en énumérant ceci, vous avez bien sûr trouvé,
Of course,
fait arrêter la guerre
you also stopped
entre l'Iran et Israël. Et
the
là
war
aussi,
between
ça a
Iran
été
and
désastreux
Israel.
pour toute
That could have
la région,
been
qui est une
a
région
real
effectivement
disaster for
très
the
sensible.
region. It's a sensitive region
Donc,
to start with.
vos efforts en faveur de la paix sont
Your
multiples.
work
Nous vous
in favor
remercions.
of peace
Et nous vous disons
has been
tout l'intérêt
tremendous.
aussi
And
que nous portons
we
et
are
soutenons
also very
dans ce sens
interested
de la paix.
in supporting peace.
Parce que quand il
in
n'y a,
the same way.
il n'y a pas de paix, vous venez de le dire
When there's
tout à
no
l'heure,
peace, like you
président,
said
dans votre
earlier
remarque,
today,
Quand il n'y a pas de
When
paix,
there
nous
is no
manquons de beaucoup de
peace,
choses intéressantes.
a lot of other
Quand
things
il n'y
are
a pas de paix,
lacking. When there is no peace,
il y a difficilement de la prospérité.
it is difficult to have
Il y a
prosperity.
difficilement de la tranquillité.
It is
de la
difficult to
quiétude.
have calm, to
On dort
have
mal. On n'est pas
a sense of
à l'aise
quietness.
dans la
It's
vie
hard to
quotidienne
sleep.
de
It's
chacun.
hard to go about your business
Ça,
every
vous le
day.
comprenez, Monsieur
You
le Président,
understand
vous
that
travaillez
well,
là-dessus.
Mr. President,
Donc,
and you're working
merci.
on this. So
Quand même.
thank you.
On doit vous le dire.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Moi, je suis président
I am
de la
the
Mauritanie.
president of Mauritania.
Le président, la Mauritanie est un petit pays.
Mauritania is a small country.
Un petit pays selon certains critères.
Depending on the criteria you
Si on
apply.
parle du nombre
If you look at the
de
number of
population,
people who
la
live in
est un
Mauritania,
petit pays parce qu'on
it's a
est aux
small
environs de
country
5
because we
millions
have
de
about
personnes.
5 million
Si on
people
est un
in
peu plus, c'est
Mauritania.
un tout petit peu.
We might just be a little
Elle
bit
est
over
aussi
5
un
million.
petit pays
It's a small country also in the
dans
sense
l'influence
that
qu'elle fait à travers le monde. C'est pas comme les
what
États-Unis.
influence it has throughout the world. It's not like the US, Mr.
Donc, sur le
President.
plan du poids que nous avons, on est à l'international. Nous
Internationally,
reconnaissons et nous n'avons pas de complexe
we
pour le dire que nous ne
understand
sommes pas.
that our weight, our influence is not that great, and we have no complex about this.
Elle est aussi un petit pays en
It's
ce qui
also a small
concerne
country.
le niveau de prospérité.
Because of our
Nous ne
level
sommes pas
of
très prospères.
prosperity, we're not a
Et nous avons
very
encore
prosperous
beaucoup de problèmes
country.
pour le
We have
bien-être de la
many
population.
problems related to the well-being of our
Mais elle est
population.
aussi un grand pays.
But it is also a great country, a
Par
big
d'autres
country in other
Elle
ways.
est un grand pays par sa
Mauritania
position stratégique.
Is a great country in the
C'est-
sense of its
Elle
strategic
est sur
position.
l'autre côte de l'Atlantique.
It
Elle
is
est le
on the
voisin des
Atlantic
États-Unis.
coast, which
Elle
makes
est
it a neighbor to the
le trait
US.
d'union
It is
entre
what unites
l'Afrique du Nord
North
et
Africa
l'Afrique subsaharienne.
and Sub-Saharan Africa, or
Et
what
ça,
links
c'est
the
par
two.
rapport à sa position stratégique, mais par rapport
That
à
is
ses
its
ressources.
strategic
Elle a
position,
énormément de
but
ressources.
also in terms
Monsieur
of
le Président,
resources. We have a great deal of
Nous avons
resources,
énormément de ressources.
many,
Et
many
nous présentons
resources,
énormément
and
d'opportunités
we have a lot of opportunities to
d'investissement.
offer in terms of investment.
Nous avons des minerais,
We have
dont
minerals,
des minerais rares, avérés.
rare
Nous avons
earths,
de la terre, des terres rares.
rare
Nous avons
minerals.
du manganèse.
We have manganese.
Nous avons de l'uranium.
We have uranium.
Et nous avons de très bons indices
And we have
pour le
a
lithium, pour le
good
cobalt et pour le
inclination
nickel.
that we have
Nous sommes le
lithium
deuxième
and other
producteur
minerals.
depuis
We're the
60 ans
second largest producer
en
for the
Afrique
last 60
du
years
fer.
in Africa of iron,
Nous produisons
iron ore.
beaucoup de
We
cuivre.
produce
Et nous
a
avons
lot.
des richesses et des ressources
And
énormes
we have a lot of
halieutiques,
resources
c'est-à-dire
in
dans le domaine de
our
de
sea
la mer.
waters, so
Je
lots
ne veux
of
pas être
fishing
long.
and whatnot. I don't want to spend
mais
too much
nous
time
avons
on
bien-
this.
We have to go.
Je vous remercie, Monsieur le Président.
But I appreciate it very much. I appreciate it. Maybe we're going to have to go a little bit quicker than this because we have a whole schedule. If I could just ask, your name and your country would be great. Thank you, please.
Muito obrigado, Sr. Presidente Trump, e sobretudo
Thank you, Mr.
para mim e a
President,
minha pessoa.
and
a segunda
for
vez
welcome everything.
também
For us, the
convidado-
second time
convidou-me
here
pela
to come
primeira vez quando era primeiro-ministro.
as a guest.
E agora enquanto
The first
primeiro
time we
presidente da
had that
República da
meeting
Guiné-Bissau.
in Guinea-Bissau,
E não vou alongar muito.
but I will not
A Guiné-Bissau é um país
talk
da
so
paz.
much.
E
But
nós
Guinea-Bissau
contribuímos e queremos
is a
acompanhar esta
peaceful
dinâmica,
and
uma paz mundial. Somos um pequeno país.
we are a
Nós somos
small
grande
country,
Estado. Não
but
Estado
we are
como
a
os
great
Estados Unidos.
state,
Nossa
not a
teoria,
great state like the United
Não há pequenos
States,
estados, grandes estados, há estados.
but we are a
E para
great country
terminar,
as
quero
well.
dizer ao
And
Presidente Trump que
to end,
nós estamos a acompanhar a dinâmica
we
da
are
paz entre a Ucrânia e a
following
Rússia,
your
Médio Oriente,
dynamics
Israel
and the war with Russia and
e podes contar
Ukraine,
com a Guiné-Bissau.
and
obrigado.
you can count on Guinea-Bissau. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Please, go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. First, let me congratulate you for your recent celebration of your 249th anniversary. We did in Liberia at your embassy. Mr. President, we thank you for this opportunity to be here. Liberia is a longtime friend of the United States, and we believe in your policy of making America great again. And we also go a long way with you with in your diplomacy that has to do with economic development and commercial friendship. Liberia has a lot of minerals, and one of the things we ask as good friends for a long time is the opportunity to do a survey of our minerals. And also we are committed to peace, and we've been very lucky within our region. We are a country that have had a series of democratic elections, and our country has been cooling down. And also we want to encourage American involvement in the investment in Liberia. We'd like to see that happen. We want to work with the United States in peace and security within the region, because we are committed to that. And we just want to thank you so much for this opportunity.
Well, thank you. And such good English, such beautiful. Where did you learn to speak so beautifully? Where were you educated? Where?
Yes, sir.
In Liberia.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's very interesting. That's beautiful English.
Sure.
I have people at this table can't speak nearly as well,
Very
and
good, sir. Thank you.
they come from
to meet a great American president. Homologue président africain. Je voudrais avant tout remercier ici officiellement le président
No microphone for the speaker.
du travail, d'amitié entre nos différents pays.
No interpretation.
Parce qu'aujourd'hui, le président Trump
There's no
est la fierté
microphone
du
for the
peuple
speaker.
américain et la fierté du monde entier. Dans plusieurs domaines, le domaine économique,
Still no microphone for the
le domaine
speaker.
politique et au niveau diplomatique, je salue les
Could you turn
efforts.
that on? Yeah. Just press it. There you go.
Yes. Et au niveau diplomatique, je salue
I
les
would
succès
like
que vous avez
to commend
obtenus
you,
pour
Mr.
amener l'accord de
President,
paix entre la RDC et le
for the
Rwanda.
success you had
Mais
in
vous ne
reaching a
devez
peace
pas vous
agreement
arrêter
between
là.
Rwanda and the
L'Afrique est un
DRC.
grand continent où il y a beaucoup de
Africa is a
problèmes.
vast
Nous
continent
comptons
that
énormément
has
sur
many
vous pour amener la
problems,
paix
and
au
we
Soudan
truly count on
et même dans
you
le
for
Sahel.
your assistance
Parce
in
qu'on ne peut pas
Sudan
investir
and in the Sahel,
dans
because
la guerre.
no investment
Pour
can be
investir, il
made
faut la paix.
when there is a
Et
war.
je pense que l'ensemble
For
des 5 chefs
investment,
d'État
you
où nous
need
sommes ici
peace.
présents,
The other heads of state who
Nos
are
pays
here
sont en
with
paix.
me represent countries that
le
are
Gabon
at
est un havre de
peace,
paix depuis longtemps.
and that has been the
Et
case
lorsque nous sommes
for
ici
some
sur cette table, nous
When-
disposons également des matières premières,
We also have raw
Des minéraux, des
materials.
terres rares, d'une eau.
Mineral
Nous ne sommes
earths.
pas des pays pauvres.
We are not poor countries.
Nous sommes des pays riches en
We are
matière,
rich countries when it comes to
mais
raw
nous avons besoin des
materials.
partenaires
But we need
pour nous
partners
accompagner pour les développer.
to support us and
Avec
help
des
us develop
partenariats
those
win-win,
resources with win-win
gagnant-gagnant.
partnerships.
C'est ce que nous souhaitons.
That is our
Je suis
wish.
souvent vos discours
I
et je
often
m'inscris
listen
à
to your
l'intérieur
remarks and speeches,
parce que
Mr.
nous voulons que nos
President.
matières premières soient transformées
We
dorénavant
also
sur place.
want our raw materials to be processed
Chez nous.
locally in
créer de
our
la valeur,
countries so that we can
que pour créer
create
des emplois pour les
value
jeunes,
and to create
pour qu'ils
jobs
arrêtent de
for
mourir,
youth so that
de
they
traverser la
stop
mer pour venir
dying.
jusqu'ici.
They are crossing the sea,
Et c'est ce que nous attendons,
the ocean,
la
to go to other
transformation locale
countries.
sur place.
That is what we
Le
want to
Gabon
have, local
est un
processing of
pays
raw
riche
materials.
de 2 millions 500
Gabon
000 habitants,
is a rich country. We have
avec une
over 2
énorme
million
diversité
inhabitants and a great
et plusieurs
deal
matières premières,
of
avec du pétrole,
diversity,
des
raw
réserves de gaz.
materials, oil and gas
Et nous
reserves,
souhaitons que ce soit exploité
and we would like those resources to be
dans un
tapped
modèle économique qui nous arrange.
using an economic
Depuis le 30
model
août 2023,
that fits
date du coup de la libération,
since
nous avons
our
changé
liberation.
notre registre de commerce.
We have
Nous avons mis
changed
de la transparence,
how we do
des appels
trade.
d'offres.
We have focused on transparency
Pour tous ceux qui veulent
and
venir
bids
investir
for
chez nous.
anyone who wants to come invest in our country.
Si vous regardez l'actualité,
If you
nous avons également
follow the
demandé au Gabon de
news, we've
revoir les accords de
also
pêche avec l'Union européenne.
worked on
Parce que nous
agreements
estimons qu'ils
with
n'étaient
the
pas win-win.
European Union, and we wanted to
Et donc, c'est un
review
marché
those because
ouvert.
we didn't think that those
On a
were
pris
win-win
l'engagement de transformer
opportunities. So
du
our market
manganèse
is
sur
open.
place.
We want to
Le manganèse que vous
process
achetez ici
manganese
par l'intermédiaire de la
locally,
société Eramet.
which you
Il vient du
purchase
Gabon.
through a
Je ne sais
company
pas à quel prix vous
called
l'achetez,
Aramet,
mais je suis sûr que vous l'achetez plus cher.
and I'm sure that it's more
Lorsqu'il le prend chez nous.
expensive
Pourquoi ne pas venir
compared
investir
to
sur place et
when
le
you
transformer
can
sur place?
come and buy it directly
Pour le
from
transformer,
us.
nous avons besoin
In order to do
de
this
8 à
local
10 gigas
processing, we need
d'électricité.
8 to 10
C'est encore un marché
gigawatts
ouvert
of electricity.
pour toutes les
Again,
sociétés américaines
this
qui
is
veulent
an
venir
open
investir chez
bid.
nous dans
Any
l'électricité.
American company that wants to invest
C'est un
in
domaine à
electricity in Gabon
Nous avons
is
aussi en matière de
welcome to
défense,
take advantage of that opportunity.
oui,
Now, looking at defense,
le golfe de Guinée,
the Gulf of
qui
Guinea
fait face à la
is an
piraterie
issue.
maritime.
There is maritime
Et nous devons le
piracy
stabiliser
in
ensemble.
that area, and we want to
Vous
work
avez parlé que
together
vous
to
avez des meilleurs
stabilize.
équipements.
Said you had the best
Oui, nous les
equipment,
souhaitons.
the best military equipment,
Pour
and that's what
repousser
we'd like to
la
have,
piraterie maritime
so
dans
that
le
we
golfe de
can
Guinée.
stop maritime piracy in the
Seuls,
Gulf
nous ne
of Guinea.
pouvons pas.
We can't do it
On a
alone.
besoin d'un partenaire
We
fiable,
need a
robuste,
reliable and strong
s'engage
partner that is
avec du
committed
concret.
and that takes
Et moi, je vous aime parce que
real
vous êtes
steps, real
pragmatique.
action. We also need to be
Vous êtes
pragmatic,
concret.
and that's what you
Moi, en tant
are.
que général, je le suis aussi.
And I'm a general,
J'aime les
and I
choses
am
qui vont
too.
vite.
I'm pragmatic. I like it when
Le
things
pays, il est libre,
move
il est
quickly.
ouvert à tout le monde.
Our country is
Venez
free,
investir, ne
open
soyez pas les
to one
derniers
and all.
à venir
You are
frapper aux portes de
welcome
l'Afrique.
to come and
Sinon, d'autres
invest.
viendront à votre place.
Otherwise, other
ce que je
countries
tenais à
might
vous dire.
come
Merci.
instead of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good job. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay.
Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Thank you so much,
Je voudrais d'abord
Mr. President.
vous remercier pour
I would
l'invitation.
like to thank you for this
L'honneur que nous
invitation.
avons
It
aujourd'hui
is an honor
concernant
for
particulièrement
us
d'être à la Maison Blanche
to be
et pour
here
pouvoir
at the
échanger
White
avec
House
vous
and to have this
sur
opportunity to
le
speak
nouveau
with
cadre de
you
partenariat que
about
vous
the
voulez
new partnership
définir avec l'Afrique
that you are putting in
concernant
place with
particulièrement
Africa,
les investissements.
particularly for
Mais avant, je voudrais
investment.
saluer votre
I
engagement
also
pour la
wanted to
paix dans le
commend
monde.
you for your commitment to peace throughout the world and the incredible diplomatic success that you had with the DRC, as my colleagues mentioned. You said that this put an end to a long war that claimed many lives, and thankfully you were here to put an end to this 30-year war. I also wanted to express that Africa supports all efforts to bring back peace to Sudan, Libya, and in the Sahel. Mr. President, as you've seen, you can only do business when there is peace and security, and you build peace everywhere in the world so that there can be better investments. The entire world is grateful to you for this. Now, with respect to my country, Senegal, I've been president for some 15, 16 months now, and I want to reassure all American investors about our country's political stability and our favorable regulatory environment, which we are continuously improving upon in order to attract more investment. I wanted to speak about two projects that I think are an exceptional opportunity.
voudrais m'en référer
I
aux
will
données de l'US Ecological Survey.
speak about the
qui
U.S.
peut dire
Ecological
le
Survey,
potentiel,
which can help
minéral
assess
de notre pays qui est important.
the
Et
potential
grâce à une
of the
entreprise
minerals
américaine,
in our
nous avons
country.
découvert du
And
pétrole
thanks
et
to
du gaz.
American companies, we've been able
Il y
to
a
discover
une opportunité
oil and
exceptionnelle
gas.
avec 950 milliards de mètres cubes de gaz
Some
qui attendent d'être
950
exploités.
billion
Et
cubic
cela contribuera du côté de notre pays à
meters
renforcer l'économie,
of gas
mais aussi
that
à
we
participer
can
à la
tap
sécurité
into
énergétique
in
mondiale.
order
Et
to
c'est une
support our
entreprise américaine qui
economy.
nous a permis
And
de découvrir
again,
ça en
here
espèce
we
Cosmos.
were able to do this with
Un
an
autre
American
projet que je
company.
voudrais aussi,
Another
sur lequel
project
je
I'd like to
voudrais
mention,
inviter
and
les
again, I would
investisseurs
like to
américains
invite American
à
investors
s'engager. C'est un
to
projet
take
d'une
part in this.
cité digitale pour laquelle
It's
nous
for
avons
a digital city.
identifié un espace en plein
We
cœur de Dakar,
identified a
une vue
space within
imprenable sur
the
la
city
mer
of
sur
Dakar.
40
It
hectares,
has a
qui
It's on
aujourd'hui est mieux
some
placé
40
que les
hectares,
entreprises
and
américaines de la
this
tech pour
is
faire de cette
a great opportunity for American
de
tech
Dakar
companies
une
to
cité
come in
technologique ouverte
and
vers
make
l'Afrique et
Dakar a
accompagner la
tech
modernisation
city
technologique
open
de
to
l'Afrique.
Africa.
Je me demandais bien quel était votre secret pour
I
résoudre toutes
was
ces crises
wondering
complexes.
what your
Quelqu'un m'a dit
secret
que vous êtes un
was
excellent
for
champion de golf qui
resolving all
demande
these complex crises,
concentration,
and I know you are a
précision
tremendous golf player.
et bref, les qualités
Golf
qu'il faut pour
requires
être un grand
concentration
leader.
and precision,
Le
qualities that also
Sénégal
make for a
a
great
des
leader.
opportunités exceptionnelles à
Senegal
offrir
has exceptional
pour tout ce qui est hôtellerie
opportunities
et tourisme.
to
Et
offer,
pourquoi pas penser
including
à
in the area of tourism.
aussi investir dans
So
l'hôtellerie avec un
perhaps
parcours de golf qui
an
serait
investment
situé
could be
à
made
6
in a
heures
golf course
de New York,
in
4
Senegal.
heures de Miami,
It would just be
5 heures de
6
l'Europe et
hours
8
by
heures
flight from
du
New
pays
York,
du Golfe qui pourrait se
from
retrouver là-bas
Miami, from
pour que vous
Europe,
puissiez être
or
challengé et
from
montrer
the
davantage
Gulf,
votre talent de bon
and that would
golf.
be an
Merci
opportunity
beaucoup.
for you to show off your skills on the golf course too. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's very nice. It's some way to show off my skills. It's a long trip to show off my skill, but that's really nice. And he's led a very interesting life. He looks like a very young person. He's a little older than he looks, but a fantastic job. He was treated very unfairly by his government, and he prevailed. And so congratulations on that. Really, congratulations. It was a great job. And you've all done a fantastic job. And so we'll be talking to you as we have the meal. Do you want to ask any questions, please? Where's my reporter from Africa? There you are. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Mr.
She's
President.
very famous in Africa. Okay?
Thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you. Miss, I have one question for the African presidents and one question for President Trump. As you can see, Mr. President Trump, all the African presidents are very happy with your efforts to bring peace in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. My question to you is, today you are making history by receiving 5 African presidents and showing the interest of the United States to collaborate and to work close with the African nations. African continent is watching, African youth is watching, and this new approach that your administration is taking to deal with African nations, not only based on help, but in doing business that everybody can win, is really much appreciated for all the Africans. My question is, are you planning, Mr. President, in the future to travel to Africa to see firsthand all those countries in Africa, all those potential that those countries have? And for the African leaders, as you can see, President Trump is working to bring peace not only in Africa, but also in the world. Are you all considering to nominate President Trump for a Nobel Prize Peace?
That's a very nice reporter. I got to meet her 2 weeks ago when we had the Congo and Rwanda, and we had some other people up from Africa, and that was the first time. But that's very nice. I appreciate the questions. Very nice, actually. Would you like to, at some point I would like to go to Africa, absolutely. We're going to see what the schedule is, but at some point I would like to do that very much. Would you like to give a fast answer, please?
Thank you very much. Of course, we are
Microphone, please.
Yeah, microphone, please.
Of course, on soutient cette dynamique pour la paix.
We are in favor of this dynamic for
Nous aussi, nous
peace.
sommes très engagés pour la
We are
paix.
very committed on peace. I am the first head of state who went to Russia and who went to Ukraine both since the start of the
J'étais
war.
président en exercice de la CEDEAO.
I held the presidency of ECOWAS,
parti
and
voir Poutine.
we spoke
Je
for
suis parti en
4
Ukraine.
hours, and then I went to Ukraine.
J'ai fait 12 heures de train pour parler.
I spent 12 hours on a
président
train
Zelensky.
to speak
Mais là,
to
bon,
President
le poids de
Zelensky.
président Trump,
But
c'est
now
autre
the
chose.
weight of
On est là,
President
nous
Trump
tous,
is something else altogether.
ensemble,
We are with you. We
voir comment
are
on peut
behind
aider
you to
pour
see
ramener
what we
cette
can
paix que
do
je pense,
to help
avec la
bring
guerre,
peace
personne gagne.
back. No one wins when there's war.
Donc vous avez notre soutien
So you have our
pour
support
qu'on puisse amener la paix.
so that we can bring peace back. Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Go ahead, please.
Merci, Monsieur le Président Trump. Merci,
Thank you, Mr. President Trump.
Mesdames
Thank
de la
you
presse et messieurs.
for your
Le prix
questions.
lauréat pour le prix Nobel de la paix, je ne vois pas d'objection.
A
sans
Nobel
être
Peace
prétentieux.
Prize,
Je
well,
pense que
I
le
don't
président Trump le
see
mérite
any problem
pour
with
les
it. I
efforts
think
déjà qu'il a fait pour la
that
paix à travers
President
le monde.
Trump
Et je
deserves
me
it
situe
for
également
all
dans
the
la zone,
efforts
notamment celle de la
that
CAC,
he's worked
où il a
on.
ramené la paix
And
entre la RDC et le Rwanda.
brought
C'est ma zone,
peace
la CAC.
back
Nous nous
in
sommes
the
réunis à
SEAC
plusieurs fois entre
region.
États. C'est un accord
That is
qu'on a
my
jamais pu
region, the
obtenir
region
dans la
where
CAC.
DRC and
Aujourd'hui, c'est le président Trump,
Rwanda
un président d'ailleurs, qui ramène
signed
la
a
paix
deal. And so he is
dans la
now
CAC.
bringing
Donc je pense
peace
que
back into a region where
il
that
le
was
mérite, ce
never
prix Nobel.
possible. So I believe that he does
C'est mon avis.
deserve a Nobel Peace Prize. That is my opinion on this.
Well, thank you very much. It's very, very nice. Thank you. I didn't know I'd be treated this nicely. This is great. We could do this all day long. Thank you very much. Please, go ahead.
Mr. President, I believe that we have to continue to support America in the strength to be able to bring about peace in the world. America is a melting point and also a country that we all look forward to. And I want to encourage you, because without peace, we can't have a world to live in. And we stand with you on that.
Right. Thank you. Well said. Please.
Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you for your question. Very important question indeed.
Excusez-moi de dire que
Forgive me for saying this, but unfortunately, I don't really understand, I don't know how things work when it comes to Nobel Prizes, but I can guarantee you that Mauritania would never be opposed to President Trump receiving a Nobel Peace Prize, because he's already working very hard in favor of peace throughout the world, with no distinction, no regard to what continent it's on, and he's working on areas where there are tensions everywhere, and he's committed towards peace, and our world needs more peace. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup. Je pense que
Thank you
sera
very
la
much.
décision du jury.
The jury
Ce ne
will
sera pas un
decide.
vote des pays.
It's not a matter of voting
Mais ce qui est
amongst
sûr, c'est
our countries,
qu'aujourd'hui,
but
les
what is
états
for
de
sure is
service
that
et les résultats engagés
the
en si peu
results and the
de
work
temps
done in such a short amount of time
pour l'attribution de ce prix-là en sa
that
faveur. Et je pense
you
que
would
le
be a
jury
good
voit ça et
recipient.
le monde entier
And
voit
I'm
ça
sure
et
that the
apprécie ça.
jury sees that and the rest of the
J'espère
world
que
sees it as well and
quand ça arrivera,
understands
tout le
it.
monde trouvera
When the time comes, I
à
think
considérer que ça a été mérité.
Everyone
En tout
will
cas,
see that it is a deserved
félicitations déjà pour ce qui a été déjà
prize.
fait et qui plaide en cette
Congratulations
faveur-là.
on
Je
what
pense que
you've
c'était
done
des
so far.
sondages pour considérer
If
que vous êtes bien
we
loin
took a
devant.
poll, I think you would be very far ahead in those polls.
Thank you very much. Very nice. All of you, thank you very much. I appreciate it.